What's going on, all my toy collectors and X-Men fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Ox, and welcome to the Cave of Wonders. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the 2020 Marvel Legends Retro Cardback Uncanny X-Men Gambit figure by Hasbro Toys. Now like I said, this figure came out in 2020. I think this was a Target store exclusive. And I bet you're probably wondering how come I haven't opened this figure up yet? It's because I didn't have enough of the Marvel Legends X-Men figures to replace my old Toy Biz ones. But I do now, so I'm going to be displaying them down here. So that's why I'm going to be doing a bunch of reviews for you guys, okay? Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, now starting off at the front of the box, these aren't called retro cardbacks for no reason. Obviously, they're based off of the old X-Men Toy Biz action figures from the 90s. I love this cardback. I love the way it looks. I love the homage, the way it's, throwing back the Uncanny X-Men. That's exactly how the logo looked on the old Toy Biz action figures. Same right here with his name. You guys can see the Marvel Comics little strip right there with some of the characters. You can see Gambit right there. You can see his name. Obviously, it has a clear package window where you guys can see the figure that's inside. You can see his extra hand that's throwing those cards, basically, and some of the other accessories that he comes with. Now, I've already measured this box out for you guys. It's 8.5 inches long by 11 inches tall by almost 2 inches in depth. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need if you're going to be displaying this in the box, all right? Taking a look at the back of the box, you guys can see Gambit right there. A little read up on them if you guys need to. Any other information you guys need, barcode right there. Other than that, let's go ahead and crack him out of the box, which is really hard because I did not want to crack these figures out of these boxes, but I just gotta go ahead and display them now that I have all these characters. Let's go ahead and get them out. Okay, now here's my boy Remy LeBeau out of the box. You guys can see it comes with a figure, comes with a little bow staff, comes with 2 extra sets of hands. One of them has cards automatically hooked onto it, and then a little card right here with like a flame effect on it, basically, okay? Now let's start off with his little bow staff right here. Nothing amazing. Does have little grooves, every few little inches or whatever, there's a groove, basically. But no extra kind of, sculpting on or anything like that. Comes with a little card right here with like a flame, like an energy effect on it, basically. And this right here is what I was talking about possibly fitting into this extra hand. You guys can kind of slide it in between his fingertips if you guys want, and maybe have it sitting like that if you guys want. Or you guys can possibly put this in any of his other hands, which we'll try out, okay? Then he has another hand right here. This right here will be his left hand. And as you guys can see, he has like energy effects that are coming out of his fingers, and the cards are connected right there. You guys can't take these off. That's just the way it is, okay? And make it basically look like he's throwing cards, okay? Now, let's take a look at the figure. I've already measured him out for you guys. He's 6 3/4, so a little bit on the taller end, I guess, for Marvel Legends figures because he's almost pushing that 7-inch mark. But he's a really cool looking figure. I know that they reused this sculpt because there was a Gambit figure. I think he had a darker black jacket that was part of that Apocalypse wave that came out probably like 7-8 years ago or something like that. I wasn't able to get some of them figures, so I was really happy when this figure ended up being released. Now I know that there is another Gambit figure that just came out by Marvel Legends, which is based on that the new cartoon that's coming out, the new X-Men cartoon that's coming out that's based off of the old 97 one. But I didn't like the way that figure, I didn't really like the way any of them figures look, so I didn't buy into them. So I was really happy that I got this figure a few years ago. But let's take a look at him up close. I love his face sculpt right there. Like I said, the only difference between this one and that one from the Apocalypse Wave, I think, is just the paint detail. I think his coat was like a dark brown. So, but I really like this one. That one looked really cool too. Like I said, I just didn't end up finding it in stores, man. The scalpers got me before I was able to get it. So, but yeah, awesome looking figure, man. I love the way this thing looks. Take a look at his trench coat down here. Yep, kind of thinner, not real thin plastic, not like what you see coming out lately from Hasbro. No offense to everybody who loves Marvel Legends, but, what was coming out the last few years, their plastic was real, like, gummy and flimsy. So, but this doesn't feel like that. This is meant to be, movable in case you guys want to move his legs and stuff like that. But his plastic still feels really good. Let's quickly go over his articulation real fast. His head is on a ball joint, goes all the way around, does look up to there, does look down pretty far as well. Arms do come up. They do rotate up here at the shoulders. Does rotate at the bicep as well. Does have double jointed elbows. don't know, you call it double jointed elbow. It's kind of hidden in there. Maybe it's just single jointed elbows. I can't see the other piece, but it does go up really far as you guys need it to almost, okay? So maybe that's just a single jointed elbow. I just can't see within his trench coat right in there, okay? His wrists do rotate around. They do go in. They do go out. His waist does... I'm getting there between his coat. His waist does rotate. He does have ab crunch, so he does go down pretty far about there. He does lean back pretty far about there. I don't see any issues. You guys can still see all his ab muscles. Everything's painted right there when you guys go all the way back, okay? His legs do kick up pretty far, really far actually. His coat, like I said, doesn't hinder that articulation, so if you guys want to, kick his legs up, you guys can. He does have thigh swivel. Does have double jointed knees. Now there you go. See, like I said, I could tell he had double jointed knees, but I can't tell if he has double jointed elbows because it's kind of tucked into his jacket right there. So I'm going to guess maybe this is single joint, and then this is double joint right here. He does have a boot cut. His foot does go down, does go up, does rock back and forth, does rotate if you guys need it to, okay? But yeah, really awesome looking figure. I love the way this thing looks. Not too much detail in here, but you guys can actually see the detail in his coat. You guys can see all the little lines right there, so it makes it look like it's actual leather. I love that they ended up doing that. You guys can see them little lines right there. Okay, now here he is with his little bow staff in his arms. Looks pretty good. He's not going to have any trouble holding that. Let's go ahead and switch it out and show you guys what he looks like with his cards, okay? And as you guys can see, I swapped out his left hand and I put in that hand that has the cards attached to it with the energy effects and shows him throwing them. Now, this is the other hand that he already had coming out of the box. You guys can see that you guys can just slide that card in between his fingers or possibly, sit it in there like that if you guys wanted to make it look like he's throwing that card. Now, I did notice that the other hand is also a left hand as well. So if you guys don't want this one, you guys can swap it out this one. So he doesn't come with an extra right hand. It's just two left hands, basically. And then, like I said, you guys can have him kind of, looking like he's, chucking this little card right here. Slide that in between his two fingers. Yeah, just like that. And you guys can kind of hold that up to his face if you guys want, or hold it any way you guys want. But like I said, he doesn't come with an extra right hand. He just comes with the two swappable left hands. So that'd be a total of 3 left hands. Okay, the one that he came out of the box with, and these 2 ones right here. All right. But yeah. Awesome looking figure, man. I'm going to go ahead and do a comparison I have of an old Toy Biz figure real quick, and I'll wrap this up, all right? Okay, now here's a quick comparison to the only other Gambit figure I have. This one right here is by Toy Biz from 1992. And as you guys can see, they have the same basically color scheme. Obviously, the boots are a little bit different color. He doesn't have his jacket. This figure had a lot of playtime from me when I was little, so I think his jacket got ripped, got messed up, his weapons got lost, his staff and everything like that. But this right here just shows you how far we've come from 1992 to 2020. I think that's when this figure had came out right here. And like I said, I'm just slowly getting rid of these figures, and I'm going to be upgrading them to these ones right here. I love my old figures, so I'm not going to be getting rid of these. It's just I didn't have all the characters, and by the time I looked on the secondhand market and at toy shows and stuff to buy them, they're like $10, $12, and I was like, man, I might as well just go ahead and buy the new ones and display them. So that's basically why I'm slowly out, getting rid of these and, moving up to these ones right here by Marvel Legends. Well, yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and stay with me as I take a look at some other X-Men figures by Marvel Legends. And till then, stay cool.